Welcome back. Aurelius and Malik, the Lineage archive. We close the House of Tokugawa file today. 5 parts. The end of the story. The shogunate is gone, but the echoes of the Tokugawa dynasty linger in every corner of Japan. Their imprint is etched in stone and woven into the core of our laws. Walk through the bustling streets of Tokyo, and you can almost feel their presence. It's a reminder of how they shaped a nation in ways we often overlook. Their influence still colors our culture, politics, and identity, revealing the long shadows cast by power and governance.
But those echoes aren't just nostalgic. They remind us of a past that was often harsh and unforgiving. The Tokugawa era wasn't only about governance. It was about control and suppression. Families were torn apart. Lives were constrained by rigid social structures. You can still see how the weight of that rule influences hierarchy in modern Japan, affecting people's relationships and interactions today. It's a legacy that lingers, shaping how we understand our connections to one another.
Consider Edo Castle, now the Imperial Palace, a structure that has witnessed the ebb and flow of power. Originally a fortress, its design didn't just guard the shogunate. It shaped the very layout of Tokyo itself. The moats and ramparts, once vital for defense, now encircle the heart of our state, a reminder of a different era. This transformation reflects the enduring nature of empires, always adapting, yet rooted in their monumental past.
You say what empires do, Aurelius, but let's really think about the human cost. Sure, the samurai may be gone, but those class divisions they enforced, they still linger in our society. The bureaucracy shaped by Tokugawa discipline continues to dictate how people live their lives today. It's a legacy that brings both order and oppression. We need to remember that behind every policy are real people, struggling under the weight of a system that hasn't fully changed.
True, the old class system remains, stubbornly clinging to life. The Meiji oligarchs, forged in the fires of Tokugawa governance, carried those hard lessons into their new era. They embraced order and centralization, all while systematically dismantling the old regime. It's a delicate balance, really. Tradition and innovation often walk hand in hand, each shaping the other. We can see this dynamic at play, a constant tug-of-war that defines the evolution of societies like ours.
Yet, behind that facade of progress lies the shadow of the Tokugawa. Their enforced isolation stifled Japan's growth for over 2 centuries. When Commodore Perry arrived, the shock was profound. It laid bare a nation that simply wasn't ready for change. Families were caught in the crossfire of tradition and transformation. The price of peace can sometimes be stagnation, and for many it meant lost opportunities and dreams. Change was coming, whether they liked it or not.
Isolation may have shielded Japan from the ravages of war, but it also stunted its modernization. When the doors finally swung open, the resulting turmoil was palpable. The ghost of Tokugawa governance still lingers, casting long shadows over our discussions on freedom and progress. We must remember that every era faces its reckoning, and this was Japan's moment. The clash between tradition and innovation often leaves scars, yet it's through these struggles that nations discover their true selves.
The Tokugawa family is still around, even though they don't hold power anymore. Their role has changed, but they're now the keepers of tradition in a different way. Through various rituals and ceremonies, they create a bridge to Japan's rich past. It's not just about history. It's about people, families, and communities that rely on these practices to feel connected. This continuity shows how deeply heritage matters to our identity and the way we navigate the present.
And yet, their influence is intricately woven into the core of modern Japan. The arts of the Edo period continue to resonate in ways we might not fully appreciate. Ukiyo-e prints, once cherished by the townspeople, now captivate audiences worldwide. This legacy of creativity isn't just a relic. It lives on, shaping contemporary art and culture. Much like the Tokugawa themselves, it endures, reminding us that the impact of a great empire can echo through the ages.
But let's not forget the darker aspects. The rigid class system and relentless religious persecution cast long shadows over everyday lives. For 2.5 centuries, freedoms were curtailed, and people suffered in silence. The costs of peace were steep, affecting families and communities. The scars of abrupt change are still felt today, shaping the way we interact and understand one another. It's a reminder that history isn't just dates and events. It's about real people and their struggles.
The Tokugawa legacy embodies both triumph and tragedy. Their story is complex, filled with contradictions that we can't ignore. Order brought stability, but it came at a significant cost to individual freedoms and the samurai class. As we reflect on this, we see how their reign, while impressive, also sowed the seeds of discontent. In the end, their shadows linger on, shaping Japan's identity and culture long after their fall. History has a way of leaving its mark, doesn't it?
That paradox is what makes their legacy so compelling. When we look closely at the balance between tradition and transformation, we can hear the echoes of the Tokugawa. They remind us that history isn't just a straight line. It's a tapestry woven with conflicting narratives, rich stories, and the enduring influences of real people. Each thread tells us something about their struggles and triumphs, inviting us to reflect on how their choices shaped not just their lives, but ours too.
The House of Tokugawa may no longer rule, but their legacy is woven into the core of modern Japan. The roads they constructed connect our cities, the laws they established shaped our society, and the arts they nurtured continue to inspire. In their shadows, we uncover the contours of history. Each generation finds itself grappling with their echoes, reminding us that the past is never really behind us. It's a complex tapestry, and we're all part of it.
And that closes the House of Tokugawa file. 5 parts. 1 complete story. The full series lives on the Lineage archive, part of the archive network. There's no shortage of files. Browse what pulls at you next.